everyone. Today, for tarot, tea, and poetry, we're going to discuss who you are versus how others see you. Hi everyone, so I hope you will forgive me for not really having a background. I just felt inspired and I like to record when I feel inspired. If you haven't been here before, I write poetry and I use my own poetry as tarot cards because I believe in the power of poetry to heal and communicate. So that's how this idea started. Today, for tarot, tea, and poetry, we are discussing who you are versus how others see you. This idea came to me when I had a realization about how others see me, and I realized that I was blaming myself for all of these things when in reality it's not my fault. It's just that others see me this way and I can't do anything about it. I can't change it. I know it's not who I am, right? But until I learned that, until I knew that, I couldn't let it go. And so I'm hoping that this will allow you to have that sense of closure as well too. I do want to warn you, if I have any trans viewers on here, this might be more triggering for you. To know the difference between who you are and how others see you, that can take some people into dysphoria. So I just want you to be really, really mindful of that before you watch this reading. I'm non-binary myself, and that was a big part of the realization I had about how others see me. Anyway, I'm not gonna get too personal, but just be aware of that, okay? I hope it will give you closure the way that it did for me. So I have 3 groups here. I want you to choose the group based on your intuition and not just your eye. I've included timestamps for all of the groups down below, so go ahead and click on the group once you feel ready. Let's get into it. This is tarot, tea, and poetry. My group number 1. This is your reading on who you are and how others see you. I'm going to start with who you are. You are very knowledgeable. And I don't mean this in a worldly sense. I mean an internal sense. You know what is right for you and what isn't. And you are quick to check people on their bullshit. The poem that I have here is if you think it's funny to police femininity, to invade her energy with your insecurity of a masculinity that reeks of toxicity, will get you away from our reality. If you think it's funny to police femininity, to invade her energy with your insecurity of a masculinity that reeks of toxicity, will get you away from our reality. So, you are very quick to protect yourself, okay? And you are skeptical when somebody has something to offer you. Imagine someone offering you a rose. You are very skeptical behind, what are their true intentions here? They say they're trying to help me, but what do they want? You are hard to deceive. And I see it's because your conscience or your intuition is very strong. You're very aware of yourself and what you deserve. And so because of that, when something doesn't align with you, you are quick to say, okay, kindly find another route because you're not for me. So that's a beautiful thing, that you have this intuition and that you have this self-worth and really divine knowledge about the world and how it works. Good for you. And some people use that as a mask, as a way to protect themselves from hurt. But not you. I'm seeing that this isn't a mask for you. This is because you know what you deserve. So it's very different. And that shows you how people may read you wrong, okay? That brings me to how people see you. I think what people assume is that maybe you've been through a lot of hurt and that's why you are so skittish and like quick to get angry or irritable or cut people off. They're misunderstanding and assuming your backstory. They're assuming it's coming from hurt when no, it's actually coming from your self-worth. Like if you imagine a deer, okay? A deer, they're very observant. They just kind of sit in the background. They watch. They're very quiet. And then when they run away, it's so startling. You think that, wow, like a deer must be really anxious to run away and be that skittish. But that's your assumption, Like the deer is very observant and they may have had a different reason for running away and just know that they don't want to be there anymore, right? And so that explains how people see you. You are very observant and you may be quick to escape situations that aren't for you. But people read that as you being jumpy, you being skittish, you having anxiety, or being afraid to be hurt, which is just their assumption and that doesn't mean it's true. Okay? The next thing is, I think people see you as like going against what society thinks is feminine. Maybe you are a woman, maybe you're not, but you have this connection with femininity and people may not see that. They may not see your actions as feminine. They instead see it as you rejecting femininity or like staking your claim on the world in a masculine way, why is that masculine? Like, why? Why is it masculine to streak the horizons with a color so vibrant it's only matched by the blood coursing through her veins? That's the sun card here. She'll streak the horizons with a color so vibrant it's only matched by the blood coursing through her veins. Yeah, I think people are kind of scared, but they don't want to admit it. They're scared of the impact you can have on the world. They're scared of what you may lay claim to, your rightful claim to. And instead of admitting they're scared, they're labeling you as scared. And they're saying, oh, you're skittish, you have anxiety, you have a low tolerance. No, you just don't tolerate bullshit. Some people may also see you as a Slytherin, the Hogwarts houses. Like they see you as kind of over-calculating, taking more than your share. I am seeing that it's hard for people to trust you because you're kind of unpredictable. Like you like come and go in the middle of the night. They don't really know what to expect of you when they can see you and what you will take or what you will give. They don't know. They don't know what you're doing behind the scenes. And again, this is not to say that you are calculating anything behind the scenes or doing anything behind the scenes. This is just how they see you. They see you as someone who works in the night, in the darkness. And they're scared of that. They're just scared of your power. They're scared of the dark. That's why they're labeling you with all these negative words. What you've built to survive, I must hack down to thrive. This is the chasm that tears us apart, that wedges splinters into your heart. I'm seeing you may have a rift with some people you're close with because you challenge the beliefs they've internalized for so long. The beliefs they've internalized in order to survive. So they see you as disruptive when you are building an entirely new way to live, a new world. That's constructive. So that's what I have for your reading today of who you are and how others see you. And you don't have to believe their opinion of you, okay? You have this deep knowledge of what issues you may run into, what people's motivations are. And so you question it, right? You question a lot. It comes from a place of deep intuition, knowledge, and self-worth. So that is all that I have for your reading today. I hope that helps, and I will see you next time. Bye. Pile number 2. This is who you are versus how others see you. So first of all, your energy is wild. That's the best way I can describe it. I have the Ace of Wands here. You have so much fire, so much charm, style. People are really drawn to you because you just have life. And it's kind of funny because you know it. Like, you're the shit. You could be a Leo, Sagittarius. You're very confident, but you don't share it easily. Even though you have all of this fire and vitality, you conserve it. You keep it for yourself. You might actually be an introvert. The card I have here is do not mistake her silence for compliance. Conserving energy is an act of defiance. Do not mistake her silence for compliance. Conserving energy is an act of defiance. I don't even think I need to explain that card. I feel like you all know that very deeply. What I am seeing, though, that concerns me a little bit is some of this is coming from trauma. Your trauma may be blocking your energy and your spirits so that you don't really allow your fire to really freely express itself, because you're always concerned with, am I free to express that part of myself here? The card I have here reads, power breeds abuse, and abuse kills hope. On bad days we mope. On good days, we cope. You have a good intuition on if you should trust people, but some of it is also coming from your past baggage and past experiences. So you kind of cope with this air of distrust. So just, keep an eye out for that. Pay attention to that. Try and discern between your intuition in the present moment and your past, if that makes sense. Try and separate the two. But let's get into how others see you, okay? Others see you as very fiery, as you are, so they do see that part of you. They see you as kind of reckless, unpredictable. You'll say one thing and then do another. You can't be tied down. You're always moving about. And sometimes people may fear that you will move away from them, that you won't commit to them. And I think that's what may keep people away from you at times. They're just a little bit skeptical of if they can trust you. It's just to do with the fact that they can't trust change. They can't trust how quick you seem to be changing. Never fully native and always wild, she travels from roots to seeds, both a wise crone and a child. Never fully native and always wild, she travels from roots to seeds, both a wise crone and a child. In many ways, you have a childlike spirit and the wisdom of a wise woman. Like, you cross these barriers and boundaries in ways that are really contradictory to other people. And sometimes that throws people off their balance. You catch them off balance and they find themselves like tripping on their words and like unsure if they can really commit to you or how you feel about them or how they feel about you, because it's just so up and down. They can't really read you, it seems. I want to reach out and clear the air, but I've come to rely on our veneer. I want to reach out and clear the air, but I've come to rely on our veneer. Yeah, because people can't read you, there's this barrier, this veneer between you and them at all times. And it seems like people want to break that, like they want to get to know you, but they just don't know how. And they don't have the courage to ask you what they want to ask you. This may be a romantic thing, I'm not sure. This may be why you've faced a lot of issues with people, like being interested in you but not taking that next step. They want to, but they just feel like they don't really know you. And they're too scared to get to know you because your fire and your life scares them. You know, they just have trouble trusting change. They have trouble trusting anything that isn't stable. So it's unfortunate that these are the people that you've had a lot of relationships in the past, but I'm seeing that the type of person that will see you, that, you know, will cross that bridge, who will see you for who you are, they're very similar to you. They may also have a lot of fire energy and anger, actually, that they've suppressed from previous traumas. And they may actually push that down, push all of their feelings down into acting like they don't care. Acting like they don't care at all. Her eyes couldn't be red, but hot tears hid behind her glare, because she wouldn't dare give them the reward that she cared. Yeah, so this type of person, they hide their feelings a lot, and when they see you have the same feelings but express them openly, they're just really drawn to you and inspired by you. And you both mirror each other, and you're going to feel especially connected to one another. I think they will be someone who stabilizes you a little bit, who makes you feel a little bit more grounded, and you're going to help them feel more free and open to express themselves. So that's going to be a beautiful type of connection where you are seen for who you are. Okay? So, yeah, just to recap, you are a very fiery, enigmatic, puzzling sort of person. You know, in some ways are a little kid, and in other ways you're a wise, like, old woman. And how others see you is they see that unpredictableness, they see that changing nature of you, and because of that, they feel like they can never really get to know you, and it kind of puts a little bit of a barrier between you and them. They have issues really trusting you, and some of this may also be because you have trust issues as well. I am seeing some type of trauma in your past that makes you really skeptical of people. Like, trauma can put us on edge and make us overly distrustful of people. And it would really help if you could tell the difference between that and your intuition telling you, no, I don't want to trust this person. And that intuition is going to really help you find the types of people who really see you for who you are. And I see that this person, they're someone who also has this type of fiery up and down energy. They've also been through traumas, but the way they reacted to it was different. So that's what's going to bring you all together. Hopefully it will be a connection where you are truly seen for who you are. So there's your full reading, and I really, really hope that helped you. Make sure if you like this video, subscribe to get more, and click the notification bell because that's the only way you're going to get updates if I post something new. Bye! Hi, group number 3. This is your reading for who you are versus how others see you. So this first card is who you are. We have the Emperor. This is someone who knows exactly what they want and isn't afraid to make it happen. And you take action. And I'm seeing it has not been easy for you to get here. Many of you have had to go through situations where you were putting yourself into something that wasn't giving you like anything for your effort, and you had like nothing to lose and everything to gain, and that's how you were able to take the steps you needed to get here. For your poetry cards, I have this. She flung her phone into the corner and glared at the mirror till dysphoria hit her. She flung her phone into the corner and glared at the mirror till dysphoria hit her. Like when I said many of you have been through a lot, I was not kidding. This is a specific message for like my trans viewers. And this card was like for a trans woman, but this could be any gender. Like we had the Emperor here, and the Emperor is a very masculine card. So I'm getting a lot of energies. So you could be non-binary, you could be any gender, but I'm seeing like the trans experience here very strong in the cards. And you've had to fight a lot of judgment and battles to get to the confidence you have today. Scared of your judgment, I keep a wary resentment. I want to let it go, but it is all I know. Scared of your judgment, I keep a wary resentment. I want to let it go, but it is all I know. This card brings me to how others see you. In the past, you have faced a lot of judgment due to who you are, or because they weren't seeing who you are. And your way of coping was kind of to like hold this resentment over society, which is completely justified. I see why you would feel that way, but I think you're getting to a place where you want to connect with people and you want to let that resentment go, but you just don't know how. So let's look at how others see you. This is very interesting because how others see you, it doesn't seem to be focused on your gender. Like, even though you may be worried it is, right? Even though you may be worried that people are not seeing you for your true gender identity, what I'm seeing is that's not the thing people are focusing on about you. What they're focusing on is your emotions. They're seeing that you don't have a grasp over your emotions or a handle over your emotions, and it seems like oftentimes you push them down and don't deal with them. or you're kind of like sinking into quicksand, and it's only a matter of time before your emotions will catch up to you. People are seeing that about you, and for those of your friends who really care about you, it worries them. It worries them deeply because they don't know how to pull you out of this. For some of you, you may like cope with like partying or kind of having this very nonchalant, like risk-taking attitude. And that worries people as well because they see through that. They see that there is something deeper here that you're not dealing with. One day, she realized it was never a test. The gust surges from deep in her chest. One day, she realized it was never a test. The gust surges from deep in her chest. All of these tests that, life keeps throwing at you, you're past them now, okay? So stop assuming that when something good comes into your life that it's also a test. It's not a test. Like, these people really care about you. They really care about you, and they want to see you happy. They want to see you find this abundance. And they want to live that with you as well. Within is abundance. Competing's not needed. You'll thrive once your belief in her's seated. Within is abundance. Competing's not needed. You'll thrive once your belief in her's seated. You're so close to getting everything you wanted. I make out footprints if I look close, faded but tense, stamped with bare toes in rows of tens and tens of rows till a sudden rest where there blooms a rose. You're so close to finding that community that makes you happy. Look closer. Look closer because you already have the support you desire. Whether we cling to rejection or perfection, we both react to patriarchal oppression. Okay, so this is for the women who are watching this, or non-binary femmes as well. I think you could also relate to this a little bit. You may, hold this judgment or resentment over like the friends in your life that seem to have everything they wanted, that seem to have it, perfect, and like fit so easily into what society expects of them. And that frustrates you because you didn't fit so easily into what society expected of you. And you've, gotten to this confidence here today, but it's been a journey, and you had to make some real sacrifices to get here, and it was really lonely. And this card is just a reminder to you that even though, someone may easily fit into what society wants, they're still trapped by society in a different way. And you and them still have so much in common if you would only come together, if you would only fight this together instead of fighting each other. My feminine power is wild in nature, bursts like firecrackers and refuses to be captured. You can't claim or tame my feminine power because she's a dandelion, not a flower. you have fought a lot to get to this confidence you have today, and it is now time for you to let people in. And I know you're worried about how people see you because you have faced a lot of judgment from people in the past, specifically for my trans viewers. You have faced a lot of resentment and judgment from people. But what I'm seeing is that right now, people aren't quite seeing like your gender here. They're seeing your emotions and they want to help you deal with them. Okay? They're worried that you're running from your emotions without dealing with them. And they're here to stay. Like these friends are not here to test you, and if you come together, if you see what you're both fighting together, that's going to lead you to a beautiful, beautiful community. You're so close. Okay, that is it for my group number 3s. I really, really hope that resonated. I'm just so proud of you all. Like everything that you have been through and gotten through to get to this confidence. Keep doing it, okay? I'm so proud of you all. I will see you in my next reading. Bye. Alright, everyone, thank you so much for watching. Make sure that you subscribe and click the notification bell next to the subscribe because that is the only way that you will get updates when I post a video. I'm just starting out on here and I could really, really use the support. So, thank you, and I will see you next time. Okay, bye.